How are you guys doing? It's been forever. Not really. It's been about 2 months, I think, since I recorded last. I so didn't mean it to be 2 months. Yeah, that was not intentional at all. How have you guys been? Have you guys been doing okay? How's your summer going, or your winter if you're in the southern hemisphere? Um, have you been having hopefully fun times? I feel like there have been a lot of people who have been moving, like buying houses, moving, that kind of thing. So if you're going through that as well, my heart goes out to you because, yeah, that's what we've been doing. And stress town. So much stress. Um, that's mainly why I've not recorded. I mean, moving, of course, takes a little bit of time and then stress. So, yeah, so that's what I've been doing. There's more to it than that, but yeah, um, I've just been trying to get the house set up. We had to sell our old house. We closed, like we sold it officially last week. Thankfully. So that part's done. But and now we're just trying to get everything done. Like all of the boxes unpacked. I mean, can you see these? There's boxes. There are boxes sitting down there. And full disclosure, there's one sitting right there too. Yeah, there's boxes. We're not all unpacked. So we put our house, okay, let's just roll back. I think last time I recorded, the house had maybe just went on the market. If not, it was right around then. It was at the end of May, or towards the end of May. And then it just sat. It didn't, I mean, we were getting showings and things, and we were getting feedback, which was basically, it's too small. Nothing we can do about that. It's not like, I don't like the paint color, we'll repaint it. No, it's too small. Okay. But anyway, so it sat for a while, and we ended up making a price adjustment, and not that our original price was bad, and we didn't really lower it that much, but we just kind of wanted to see if we could get like some more nibbles. And thankfully we did find a buyer, and like I said, we closed last week, I think Thursday. Yeah. And I mean, it's been, that part's been pretty good. Or the not having, like the actual, like not having to worry about it part has been amazing. That's just full disclosure. That part's been amazing. But having two houses for a while was, it was really stressful. To be quite honest, I think selling the house was more stressful than any other part of the process. We found this house before our other house was ready to go on the market, so we bought it before that one was ready to sell. But we, like we expected it. We were fine with that. And then we got the house ready to sell, put on the market, and then we expected it to sell quicker than it did based on our neighborhood and how quickly things sold there. But at the same time, like we didn't, I don't know, it is the smallest house in the neighborhood. So, and it's small, like it's under 1,000 square feet, small. So we were really just looking for someone who could appreciate the petiteness of that house. And luckily, I think we found someone. So, but the whole time it was stressful, and we did the buyer that we ended up having that ended up selling the house to was able, like we were able to get a quicker closing because of the type of sale and all that stuff. So thankfully, like we could, like once we had like the paperwork signed, it was only going to be under 3 weeks. until we closed. So that was really great, and we didn't expect any problems. We were like, yes, this is going to be amazing. And then the inspection reports came back. And while we thought we had taken care of every single thing that could possibly go wrong, or that anything major, especially, they found a couple minor things, which, okay, which we didn't really expect actually what they found, but, or we would have fixed them before, but we expected there probably were some things that we didn't know about. But then there were problems with the trees in the backyard. And if you know anything, that can be ridiculously expensive because it just is. So we have in our backyard, there are 13, or in our old backyard, were 13 trees, 12 of which were the same type of tree, and then there was like a different one. It was like an evergreen tree, spruce or something. One of the people that we had out to give us quotes on how much all this was going to cost told me, but I can't remember now because I kind of blocked it out. It turns out that the trees in the back, most of them were in bad shape. So anyway, we came to, we wanted to sort of preserve the closing, and the getting trees and things taken down, it was gonna, like, tree services are weeks out now in this time of year. Like, they take a long time to sort of get to your place, which was not going to help us meet the closing date. So we all came to an arrangement, an agreement on what we were going to do to sort of sell the house, have it sold on that date. So we made an arrangement, and that part was, while not fine, it worked out. So, and I think we were all okay with what we agreed upon. So, but we totally didn't expect that at all. Not like that one just came out of nowhere. But it's all done now. It's all done, and we don't have to be worried about it. So yeah, but it's part of the reason I've not been recording, or I've not recorded, and quite frankly, I've not been doing a lot of other things. It's because of the stress of all of the stuff. I mean, there's been other stuff going on, like family stuff and drama and, life. But I think just the house stuff just sort of put everything, like, it was the worst. And also, like, with it on top of everything else, it just made things very tense and stressful. And I know for me, I have, I sort of withdrew a little bit. I kind of stopped talking to, like, my family and my friends, and or at least as often as I usually do. And I kind of just sat, and honestly, like, I wasn't even doing anything. Like, I wasn't, like, sitting and watching TV and knitting or, making something or crocheting something. I mean, the craft mojo is gone. Or it was. And I kind of had to force myself to sort of do other things, like, to force myself to do those things. I knew that they would make me happy, but at the time it just felt like another source of stress, and I didn't need that. So things were kind of bad for a little bit, I think. And since we closed on the house, or since we sold the house, things are better. Thankfully, it did feel like a weight had been lifted once we walked out of the title attorney office. We were like, oh, okay, all right, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. We don't have to do that. We have all of our furniture, which was an improvement. Yeah, we had left most of our furniture in the house while we were trying to sell it because our realtor recommended like that it would sell better if it was furnished. Our furnishings, like our furniture and how we had it decorated, I guess I was very conscious of the size of that house when I picked out furniture pieces or when we bought anything, um, or when we laid stuff out because I knew it was small and I didn't want to live in it while it looked cramped. And so we had to do a little bit of rearranging and we removed some things, you know, and obviously we weren't living there, so like our clothes and stuff wasn't there. But we, you know, we didn't have to do too much in the way of like furniture shifting, really. It was more just kind of getting rid of some stuff and moving, you know, maybe moving things around a little bit, but most of the stuff stayed the same. I have pictures. I do have pictures. I don't know if I should like just put them all out here on the internet, but I have the pictures from the listing. We had our realtor hired a professional photographer to come in and take pictures. The house looked so much better than it did when we lived there. We also did things that like we kind of had talked about doing and then but never did, like painting the kitchen cabinets. Made a huge difference. Like, why didn't we do that before? We painted the bathroom. We lived with that faux finished situation the entire time. And I had even painted paint swatches on the wall, and those were there. I mean, like it was bad. It was bad, but we did manage to sort of get it all clean and tidy looking, and just it was way more put together than it had been while we lived there. Yeah. So we left our furniture there. That's what I was talking about. We had left our furniture there. We actually left like I think we brought like a desk or two, and I think that was it. Like we pretty much left everything there, including our bed. And so we were sleeping on an air mattress. And I think it was at the same point that we were like, let's make a change in the price, that we also were like, let's not sleep on this air mattress anymore. And so we went and we swapped out. We brought our bed here and took the air mattress there because I was like, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. I think at that point we had bought the couch at least. Well, we went to IKEA and we bought a couch for the living room, this chair, and this bookcase. Oh, and I bought one of those Raskog carts too. I'll have to show that to you next time. But anyway, so we had, you know, we didn't really have much in the way of furniture, so we were sort of living out of like bins and boxes and stuff. And I mean, that's, you know, now that we have like all of our bookcases and our dressers and shelves and stuff like that, we can actually put stuff away. So we're working through the rest of the boxes. I think I'm gonna have to buy a couple of shelves for the basement to keep some long-term kind of things in. Our old house had a really big hall closet, like it took up almost the entire span of one wall, and it was really great for storing all of that stuff that, you know, you keep in a house, like extra bed linens and stuff like that. We have a linen closet here, but it's very tiny. And so all of the extra stuff that was in that closet kind of has to go somewhere else. And anyway, I really like organizing and doing that kind of stuff. So that's why I'm talking about that. I have actually done some organizing though. I have done. My kitchen's not too bad. Could use a little bit of help, but it's not too bad. The bathrooms, I've organized the bathrooms. I went to like the Dollar Tree and bought some bins and stuff. And then my friend Addie, who's amazing, and she came and her and her husband came up from, oh, I don't know if I should say where they live, but they live in a different state. And they came up and went to the Kentucky Sheep and Fiber Festival in Lexington, Kentucky with my husband went too, so they could, like, the boys could chat. I think they just sat and drank beer most of the time. And while we looked around and played with the yarn. And anyway, so my Dollar Tree didn't, or the Dollar Trees around me didn't have the specific thing I was looking for, but hers did. So she was so sweet, and she went and bought some for me and sent them to me. And I probably should send her an actual thank you note. I've told her thank you. And if you're watching this, thank you again. I'm really bad at thank you notes. I didn't even send everyone one for wedding stuff. That's so rude. Well, like, I mean, if I'd sent my mother one, she would have been like, what are you doing? So, you know, maybe I should have done it anyway. Anywho, but so I've got some stuff organized, and that's good. That helped. That's what I was focusing on while we were waiting for the house to sell, was just trying to, like, get stuff put away that I could get put away. So, yeah. But things I think are getting better. We've been getting out of the house more and doing things, and for a while it just sort of felt like it was like we had this giant to-do list, and our only focus in life was just, what's the next thing we have to do? Check, check, check. And it's not really that's not really going to make things great, is it? But no, I mean, it was not fun times around here for a little bit, but I think things are okay. I think things are okay now. I still have some stuff that I want to do. I mean, I'm really, like, there's a lot of stuff actually I want to kind of do around here, but that's just sort of where my mind has been. But I do have more. I have so many plans and ideas for videos that I want to make, and just all of that stuff. Like, I'm ready to kind of get in and just start doing all of that again. Unfortunately, I can't do it just yet. There are some things that I have to actually do first, but hopefully everything will start up and be more regular than they have been. And hopefully it will not be 2 months until I record again, because that's crazy. Because I missed you guys so much, and I was like, I need to get on and record. But just full disclosure, I did not have the camera that I'm talking to up here in this room until this morning. It was downstairs in a box. And I went downstairs, and I was like, I think I know where it is. And I went and I got it, and I was like, I'm just going to plug it in. It's going to happen. So that's what happened, and now I am talking to you. I don't know. I really, you know, I'm ready to sort of get back into the swing of things, and I'm ready to talk to you guys, and ready to not be so shut in to myself. I think selling the house and sort of dealing with some other stuff has sort of made things a lot more open, made me feel a lot more open, like talking and things like that. And stress is so strange. Like, it's just really strange. It makes people do weird stuff. And I mean, I've been stressed out before. Like, it's not the first time I've had stressful situations, but it is the first time that we've been in this particular house situation. I've never done that before. So, I mean, we always rented when I was a kid, so I never even witnessed anybody else do that. Well, my dad has a house, but he still has that house. But my mom, you know, I lived with my mom, and, you know, we moved around a lot. So, yeah. And I think also a little bit, like, I wasn't really dealing with all of the emotions that were coming up. Like, that house, we lived in that house. It would have been 8 years in a couple of days. That's the longest either one of us, either my husband or myself, have ever lived in a house. He moved around a lot as a kid, and so did I. Um, and I didn't, I mean, I cried in front of the realtor. Like, yeah. Like I was talking about something. Oh, I can't remember what it was, but it was something and my dad had helped do whatever it was. And I just started bawling. It's like, I need a minute. I mean, it brought up some emotions. And of course, because we had so much stuff to do, I didn't really have time to like sit and reflect or any of that stuff. So, um, it just sort of made it all, you know, whatever it is, I guess. But we're, I think now that we're sort of on the other side of most of it, um, we made the right decision. It was like moving into a new house was, and it was, you know, moving on from that house into a new house. It was the right decision, but it was still sad. I mean, we didn't move from that other house because, or we didn't sell it because we didn't like it. um, and I mean, I think, you know, we even toyed with the idea of keeping it and renting it out. Um, because I was like, well, I mean, do we want to get rid of it though? But it was, you know, it was time, and now that knowing what it was like to sort of have those two houses for a little bit of, you know, for like a month and a half or something like that, or 2 months. Yeah, keeping it would not have made things any easier on us. Oh, well, I guess I'm gonna go. I don't really know what else to say. I'm glad I could get on here and talk with you guys, and I'm sorry if I'm like rambling. I'm sure I am. Um, but yeah. Have you guys ever done this before? Like, am I wrong? Is it? I don't know. I feel like has just been this has just been so stressful. Maybe I'm going about it wrong. Maybe I need to be like more zen or something. But like, I don't know. Yeah. I think at least next time I'll know. Like I'll be prepared for it. Like I'll know that I was like, this is gonna be stressful. Maybe take some time for yourself sometimes. Or like go and have date night, or go and just make sure you like do something that doesn't involve like a paintbrush. Um or whatever. Like, or the toolbox, I guess. Yeah. So let me know what you guys have been up to. Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you guys had like, if you've bought and sold houses before. Like, is this stress normal? Because I started to think, I was like, it can't be this stressful for everyone. So yeah. Anyway, I thought maybe I was a little like I just wasn't handling it right. I don't know. Anyway, leave me comments and I will hopefully reply back to you right away. That's one of my goals. Like I've been kind of lax on that, and I definitely want to do that. It's mainly because I've not actually had the computer on much. So, yeah. All right, I'm gonna go. I hope you guys are really fantastic. I'm sure you all are. Even if you've got stress going on too, you're still fantastic. So, I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.